Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. This is Joe, the 50-something Dasher, and I'm back with a video here. I know it's been a little while, and to be perfectly honest here, I've been just kind of a little bit burnt out on the channel. Just want to tell it like it is here, but it gets kind of tough when I spend the time to record and post these videos, and then you only get like 10 people watching a video. And so after a while, that gets kind of old, to be honest. And I'm still been out there dashing, not a whole lot in recent weeks, and I'll get to that here in just a second, but I'm still dashing and just haven't really felt like recording the videos. I figured if I have a dash where there's some like really interesting story to tell, or a day like today, a special occasion, special event, something like that, something interesting, unusual, I'll post like a recap. But just for like the my typical dashing days, I doubt I'm going to post that many more videos in the near future. So, but not at all like giving up or quitting, just kind of burn out on it, basically. But I thought I'd do a video today. I was, do a video just for fun, even if I get only one view on this. Hey, whatever. I thought I'd just, like I said, just for fun here, do a video and my Christmas Eve dash, and I was hoping for a lot of like higher paying shopping orders today. Is what I had my fingers crossed. Thought it could be like I could make some really good money in a short amount of time today. And so I logged in probably about 5 or 10 minutes till 6 o'clock. You see 6:01, right 1 minute after Meyer opened. Boom. Right off the bat, two orders, might as well say $40, 37 items, 15 miles. Both customers are, it's like, even that customer that's more north there on the screenshot, that was still a Grove City address. So you might as well say all in zone here. And so, absolutely, great way to start this dash off. Um, and I didn't take a screenshot of the items or whatever. These two orders, pretty simple. It was just grocery. I think there was like one of the customers had one bag of cat food, and then it was just like nothing unusual, just general grocery shopping. And one customer had 9 items. I put those in, that order in the seat, and the other customer went in the basket. Easy. Um, Completed the second delivery at 7:19. So then this took start to finish an hour and 18 minutes, and I made, you might as well say, $40. You can't really go wrong with that. Got some nice DoorDash base pays on these shopping orders today. There you see on this one, 16.50. And now I think there was a peak, or maybe not. Maybe not. I think there was a peak early this morning before I started dashing. And then there was supposed to be one like it starting at like 11:30, but I was like done by then. And then there you see 11:50 tip and 11:35 customer tip. And it's funny, like just before closing out this order, I said something to my wife. I was like, so what do you think the chances are that I get like let's say like four more stacked orders like this, 5 in a row, stacked $40 plus orders. I make like $200 in a matter of a few hours off like 5 offers. And my wife was like, "Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Not gonna happen." Okay, so I drop this off and check it out. Like immediately when I close this out, boom, another stack Meyer shopping for $47 now. This is three this is three stops, 71 items. But you know what? I wasn't scared about this. I figured I should be able to do this in 2 hours anyway. And even if this took me 2 hours, that's over $20 an hour. So and it's not I so when I see something like this, I kind of highly doubted that it would be those items would be split up evenly. I figured there's probably like one customer that just has a few items, and then and then a bunch of items for the other two, and I ended up being right about that. Um, so here you see the breakdown. Um, and let's pull that back up again. So what time did this all start? This started at 7:20 is when I got the offer. So let's keep that right down there, that time. And so here's the breakdown. You see customer C here is only 4 items. So I got to Meyer and I pushed around two carts basically. So the shopping cart that I was pushing, what I decided to have customer B and then C would be in the seat. And then I was pulling a cart. So I was walking through the store pushing a shopping cart and pulling a cart behind me. And the cart I was pulling behind me was customer A. So that's how I did it. Um, and I was fine doing that, walking through and the store. It's still early. You see the timestamp here, 7:30 in the morning. It's was starting to get a little bit busy inside the store, but not nearly as busy as for like my last order. So relatively light foot traffic in the store, so I managed pretty well navigating through the store with the two carts. Um, the only, again, mostly grocery. I just took a screenshot of this last one to the end of the items list here to show the couple items that were different, some batteries. So that was like the first item I got. I was like right inside the store, the battery display, and this Rudolph anniversary popcorn tin. Um, so it's like, I, I don't get it. I've talked about this before with past times that I've delivered on a holiday or before a holiday. It's like and I'm assuming this is a Christmas tin. I'm assuming the R section is like your center aisle in the store. Um, and I don't get it. Why you would place an order like this, like on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, when there's hardly going to be any selection of Christmas stuff left. Why do you do something like that? I don't understand. It's like, why would somebody place an order for Halloween candy like on Halloween or like the day before? Or even like the day after, for instance. Why would you do that? A very specific like Halloween item, and you place an order for that on November 1st. I mean, what's the chances of it being there? So I don't know. Um, so that was it. 7:34. I had the customers weren't responding. Two of the customers had items that the item wasn't there and there was no substitute listed that was there. So I had to, the messages that got sent out. Look at the timestamps here. I went to mark that grenadine unavailable at 7:44, and I've just continued shopping. This bigger bottle I put in my basket just in case they messaged me back saying it was okay. Look at this here. Okay, so I messaged at 7:45, and look at the timestamp, 8:19. So what is that? That's 34 minutes goes by. And in over a half hour, the customer never checks the app and sees that there's a message on the substitute. I don't get that. Um, Sorry for ranting, but I'm the exact opposite. My wife and I both are the exact opposite of like 85% of DoorDash customers. Okay, we place an order and we were home to receive the order, and we like track it as it's being like as the order's being worked on. So I if it's a restaurant order, I see when the dasher gets to the store, and I don't I do leave at the door, and obviously I want to be home, and I don't want the order to sit outside for 20 or 30 minutes to to get cold. So I track the order. I mean, I don't know. To me, it's like common sense and what you would think everybody would do, but it's just not the case. So I have my phone open as we're watching TV or doing whatever we're doing, whatever the case. And I see when a dasher gets to the store or restaurant, and I see when they've left there, and like I track the updates, and then when they approach, they get within turning into our complex, I see that and I get ready to go to the door to get the order, you know? So if they message me that something's wrong, or if I want to substitute something, I'm going to see that and respond. I don't know. I'm sorry for ranting, but I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand. Um, and so and then I took this screenshot. So it took me, so 7:20 when I got the offer. So it took me an hour and 10 minutes to shop. Um, it was 71 items or whatever, but I had to shop for, what is this, 62 different things. Um, I don't know. I guess that's not too bad. I don't know. Maybe feels like I should have. This should have took me less than an hour, but it didn't. It didn't seem tricky, but I get well. I did on that popcorn tin. I did what added about an extra probably 10 minutes to this whole thing was I decided to go clear across the store to like the lawn and garden area where all of the Christmas stuff that was left was, and I didn't see any popcorn tins like whatsoever. So had it not been for tracking across the store just to look for that one thing, this shop would have been under an hour. But and then of course the substitution messages, and so that was 8:30. Half hour later, I get to one of this was either customer A or B, I'm not really sure. But I took this screenshot. When you go to drop off and it shows like the little picture of a past delivery. I almost never look at that or have a need to or whatever, but this customer had like two front doors. So this is like a rare time where I actually use that past photo. Oh, okay, it's the last dasher or one of the dashers dropped it off at this door with this bench, and then so that's how I knew which door to go to. I figured, if that's the sample photo that DoorDash has given me, that's the door I'm going to. So a rare time where I use that. And delivery complete at 9:17. So it took 3 minutes shy of 2 hours. I had this done. So 47 bucks in 2 hours. That's can't beat that. $24 from DoorDash, and then what is that? 15, like $23 worth of tips. And another, I almost took a picture of this, but I didn't. Kind of funny story on customer C. That was the four items. Sorry for the cough. It was two things from the cold wall, like sour cream and I cottage cheese or something. Two items in like plastic tubs, and two like carbonated water, like 8 packs. Okay. And the instructions were to, when you got there, to either hang the order on a fence or drop it over the fence, like drop the order on the other side of the fence onto the ground. I'm like, well, this is kind of weird instructions. So I get to the customer and I see what they're talking about when I get there. It's this locked fence and has beware a dog signs all over it. And so I go up to the fence and I like, and it's a fairly tall fence, and like I reach over and with the sack and get my arm across that fence down and my hand as low as I can get, and I like literally had to drop the sack just like the instructions said. And then I went to, reach around with one of those 8 packs, and I wasn't gonna drop that onto the driveway. You're talking like a at least a 2.5, 3 foot drop, something like that, and that was like that was 100% chance that case would have opened up and cans rolling out of there. And I don't care what those instructions said. I'm not a case of carbonate water. I'm not reaching around and then dropping it 3 feet onto the driveway. So I put those in front of the fence. So there you go. So far to this point, I haven't gotten a 1 star from that customer, but you would think that they would understand. I mean, common sense, you would think why I dropped the sack but not the 8 packs. So let's. You think we can keep this rolling with the $40 stacked orders? And I like I told my wife, 5 in a row, right? Well, I got 2 in a row. Am I gonna get 3? Nope. Nope, it ended there. So I'm driving back to zone, and pretty much from here on out, it was just kind of like regular offers. 1075, 14 miles going to Obets. I know it's only one item, but not doing this. $10, $25 General, 16 miles. Obviously not doing this. I don't even know. I'm not even sure where that is actually. That house pin. Didn't zoom in on it. Didn't care. I saw the 10 for 16 and, nope. 1483. Is this one that I took? Yes, I took this. Okay, 1483, 12 miles. Raunchy, I know, but and only two items. No, let's take it. Okay, so I get to the Target. Let's minimize this one. I get to the Target and when I was expecting like, and stupid me, when I was expecting some like crazy shopping orders and everything today, my mind was, for whatever reason, my mind was thinking grocery orders, like the five deliveries that I had already done and then made the $86 on or whatever. Those type of orders was what I was thinking. I was not. I just was not thinking like last minute Christmas gifts. I don't know why. I just my going into the dash, my mind wasn't thinking that. Okay, so I walk into Target and get slapped with this. And so a couple inflatable bouncers. Okay, I don't know anything at all about these. I don't know what size boxes we're talking about here, what kind of weight we're talking about here. This is enough to get you like nervous as hell, basically, right here. And is this I don't know. Is this something that's gonna fit in my car even? I mean, I don't know. Uh so I get to the aisle that I'm supposed to go to. I find that aisle and look at the scene when I enter that aisle. You pretty much a half empty aisle with only what are we talking about here? Like 8 or 10 different total items out of probably 30 different things that's supposed to be in this aisle. You see like 8 different things here, and none of these. This isn't an inflatable. This it's a basketball set. That's not inflatable. There's a slide. This is some kind of like car or something. That's not an inflatable. I think there was one or two inflatable type of things here out of all this stuff, but it was nothing anywhere near what the customer was wanting. So I this is item unavailable and no comparable substitutions is what I'm instantly thinking when I see this scene. So I mark them as unavailable. The customer gets messaged. I I start walking up front. Actually, one of the two items was where I could just instantly like issue a refund. And then for whatever reason, the second item, the Minnie Mouse, the customer wanted contacted. So I don't know. But the message was sent. You see here 3 minutes goes by and I go to check out and drop the order. And right, like just before I start doing that, I don't have a screenshot of this, but this customer, and this wasn't even a customer name here that I've got marked out. It was a handle or a nickname or whatever. It wasn't even a person's name. And I didn't like this order like at all. And so but anyway, the customer messaged and said that they were at work, and well, thanks for trying. Thanks for trying to anyway to look for the items. and then they see an empty shelf here in the picture. Um, and then so I selected for the cancellation. Customer wanted a refund. I mean, at least on one of the items. I mean, I was partially correct. And then additional details. See the photo in the message exchange. The aisle was essentially empty. I mean, as far as the inflatables go, anyway. And then I got half pay for that, $7.41. So that was it. So this took me. So the initial offer at 9:25. So this was like a 20-minute waste of time that I got paid $7 for, basically. Okay, so 9:44. Boom. Right away. I didn't even like walk out the front doors. I had dropped the order and I was approaching the doors to go out, and immediately I get this $30 8 mile Target, 8 items. I'm already in the store. I was a little bit nervous taking this because I was like, well, what if one of the two orders, it wouldn't be the one that I just dropped, would it? I mean, I don't think so, but I don't know. Let's chance it. And but it wasn't. This was two like new orders. Let's keep the time down here and look at the first of the two customers. Not even attempting to try something like this. I'm not even gonna like even so much as attempt that. It doesn't have the aisle numbers here for that left side, but that's I'm assuming all toys. The four of those five, or I mean 5 of the 7, I should say, is probably toy department. That P1, the learning cow, I'm guessing that's maybe like the infant section, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. And then I got to get some Christmas gift wrap, which are they even going to have any Christmas wrapping paper left on the day before Christmas? I don't know. I you got and it kind of looks like toys for like a few different ages here. This has the makings of being all over the place. Who knows how long this would have took me. So like I said, I'm not even gonna attempt this. This was a drop that I just went ahead and took a penalty on. I just took the penalty on this one. What was the other customer, you wonder? A coffee maker. Boom. I can, okay, I can, that's something I can do. The second customer just wants one coffee maker for $14. That I can do. I can go over to the appliance section and the coffee maker aisle, and I should be able to find it. This is more up my alley. Thank you very much. So I dropped the one customer, and it took me a minute or so this wasn't as easy as you would think. I had to kind of walk up and down that coffee aisle a couple times, and it took me a minute or two, but I found it. And like I said, took the hit on the other one. Now I'm at 98% completion. And so the total offer was for 29, and I got paid 10.75. So and I delivered that. What this only took me like 19 minutes. There's 19 minutes to walk down, boom, find that coffee maker, check out, deliver to the customer, boom, 1, 2, 3, done. I'll take the quick 10.75, and yeah, I left, what is that, $19 on the table for the other one, but that would have taken who knows how long. So that was at 10:04, and a minute later, another Target. I'm not going back to Target. No, I've already like dropped 2 Target orders or whatever, um, and not going back there. And this could be, again. This could be like 3 tricky toy items or whatever. So not chancing it. I almost took this and maybe should have taken it, but here's the thing: it's 10:05. I kind of wanted to be done. I scheduled myself until 1, but I getting a little bit hungry, and now I was I was already over $100, and I was kind of thinking, that I kind of wanted to stay in zone and be done like somewhere around that 11 o'clock range. If I would have took this, there's a chance, and you see the second delivery is out like past Obet's. And by the time I shopped 48 items, delivered to 2 customers out east, and come back home, you're looking at more like, 12 o'clock range. And I kind of wanted to be done before that, so I declined this. But hey, it would have been $32, but you see here, I seen some. That's another thing to mention real quick. I seen some videos on YouTube lately. A couple different videos about a change where the DoorDash was not giving Dashers the same amount of time to accept offers. Like they took about 10 seconds away or whatever. It kind of seemed like back to normal, back to the way I think last week I did get some offers where it seemed like not much time to accept or decline. But today kind of seemed more back to normal. You see on this one here, I had over 70 seconds to decide on this one. And then my other offers seemed like they were around that 40-second range. So maybe there was a ton of griping and complaining from Dashers. They got, the phone lines just, almost crashed because of all the Dashers calling in to complain about that, and maybe they changed it back. I don't know. I wasn't gonna. No, not doing this. I'm not the Michaels person here. That's my wife. I went with her. I tagged along one time with her on a, what was it, Instacart. She had a Michaels order, and she was able to zip through that store and to the areas of the store where her items were for that customer, and that's not me. There's like there would have been a 90% chance that whatever these 8 items were, I walk through those front doors and have no idea where I'm going in there. So, no. Okay, so for 8 items, trying to think what this would have had. 10 miles. This offer would have had to been at least like $35. Bare minimum. I wouldn't have chanced for like 20, $25. I still wouldn't have done this. Not happening. Not going back to Target. The mileage looks great on this. Only 7 miles and only 4 items, but not doing it. So I just give me one of the like Meyer orders. It doesn't have to be one of those $40 stacks or whatever. I just want like at this point, I just want like a you know I don't know, 8 or 10 mile, or a little bit less than that. You 7, 8 miles, 10, $15. Okay, that's all I want. Not doing this upside down. It's only one item, but I got to $8, but I'm driving 12 miles one way out to Obet's. Not doing it. Come on. And I think right around this point, I'm starting to turn on some of the other apps to see if, maybe what's on Roadie or Uber or any of the other ones. Okay, here we go. Here we go right here. I wait a few more minutes and at 10:18, perfect. 1375 Meyer, 6 miles, 4 items. Thank you very much. I'm actually in the Meyer parking lot and looking at these other apps when this comes across. Okay, log off the other apps, accept this order, and this is going to be my last order of the morning, and thank you very much. Get inside the store, easy. This cheese ball and the Hormel tray, they're both in the same little bunker in the produce department. So that's 2 items right there in the front of the store. Go back 8 aisles back to get the crackers, and then the item that's not pictured is a 24 pack of Diet Coke. Boom, 1, 2, 3, up to the cash registers. Now, I took this next screenshot, so that's at 10:21. I took this screenshot. This is 10:26 was the time that I got in line for the self checkout, and I was tempted to take a picture of this, but I didn't. I chose not to. The self By this time, the store was like 10 times busier than when I was in there at 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so the self checkout line went from like in front of the self checkout down past like the battery display, past the cooler, past the front entrance to the store, and that's about where I was standing to get in the back of the line. Then some customers got in line behind me, and the line ended up stretching like clear back into the produce department. But I was okay with it. There's one line for 6 self-checkout registers. So maybe this might go fast. If I end up standing here like more than like 10, 15 minutes, I'll probably drop this order. But I wasn't too worried, and I was being patient this morning. At Meyer, I was being patient. I wasn't being patient at Target. 3 minutes. I took the screenshot at 10:26, and believe it or not, at 10:29, I was checked out. I couldn't believe it. And dropped this off at 10:45. So just, what is that? So 16 minutes later. This kind of sucked a little bit. It went to a second floor apartment that I had to be buzzed into the building. It's kind of sucked a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I was able to park on the street in front of the main entrance, and the customer buzzed me in right away like they said they would, and The elevator was right there, and it wasn't bad. $5.75 and an $8 tip. Easy order. Easy order, and this was going to downtown Grove City. I wasn't going clear out to Obet's. And then I went ahead and logged off. There you see the 5:53 is when I started in the morning. 4 hour dash. 4 hour dash made, you might as well say, $111. This does not include the half pay for the drop target. So I took another screenshot here. So so here it is right here. This 121.64 is what I made today in 4 active hours. So that, I mean, that's $24. Well, even the the total dash, even if you just say 5 hours I worked, including my downtime, $24 an hour today. It's pretty good. I didn't want to. I just wanted to dash in the morning. I had a couple other stops to make today, and of course wanted to do this video and a couple other things. So I could have made easily over a couple hundred today if I would have stayed logged in for say 8 to 10 hours or something like that today. I could have made over 200, maybe even broken a personal record, but I was good enough with this. And then drove 64 miles. So, and that's unheard of for me, pretty much. I normally don't, get to that $2 per mile. I'm usually $1 a mile is what I shoot for. So as far as miles to money, this was a really good day for me. Talked about, and then was this the last? I think that's the last screenshot. So, so last week I dashed on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 16 deliveries for $227 over the 3 days. That's 9 hours all total of dashing. And then the only other day I dashed in December was on the 11th. Just did 3 orders that day for $29 in an hour and 18 minutes. But anyway, that is it for now. I'm gonna shut this down, post this video, and hope everyone has a Merry Christmas, and wherever you're traveling to, drive safe out there, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks so much for watching.